Ready?
Whenever you are.
Okay.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the cringiest scenes in the 50 Shades franchise.
Miss Steele. Your meeting.
Page 1.
Number 20, The Boat Ride to Nowhere, 50 Shades Darker. With a runtime just shy of 2 hours, you'd think every minute of 50 Shades Darker would be packed with action and plot development. Unfortunately, you'd be wrong.
If something were to happen to you because of me.
It won't. Nothing's gonna happen to me.
At one point, Anna's car is attacked by her stalker. How did she and Christian respond to this? By heading out to his yacht, of course. The story came to a screeching halt as the audience was treated to several overhead shots of the vessel and Anna attempting to steer, all while I Don't Want to Live Forever played over the sequence.
Don't let go.
The tension they had built vanished completely, all in favor of pure filler. All in all, it seemed more like an excuse to shoehorn Zayn and Taylor's song in rather than a continuation of the plot.
Just wanna keep calling your name, till you come back home. Just wanna keep calling your name.
Number 19, Christian changes his mind, 50 Shades Freed. An unearned emotional moment can take it from meaningful to cheesy in an instant. This happened just after the climax of 50 Shades Freed, when Anna blacks out and is hospitalized.
Please stay back, Mr. Gray. Let us help your wife.
While she was unconscious, Christian suddenly realized the error of his ways and vowed to treat her better, a bit of development spurred on by the events of the previous scene. Shortly after Anna woke up, somehow free of any cognitive dysfunction, he told her all about his change of heart and how he wanted to start a family with her.
Anna, I want to have this baby with you. I was just scared.
Had they spent the time to develop Christian's character, then the realization wouldn't have seemed as forced. Instead, it came across like an attempt to tie up the narrative loose ends they'd created.
This baby's gonna love you. Unconditionally.
Number 18, Christian's reaction to Anna's pregnancy, 50 Shades Freed.
I have plans for us. I wanted to give you the world.
The only thing more poorly executed than Christian coming around to Anna's pregnancy was his initial reaction to it. After getting married, the two began to have different views when it came to starting a family.
Do you not want to have kids?
Of course. One day, just not now. I'm not ready to share you with anyone.
The wedding occurring prior to that conversation was just the tip of the poorly written iceberg. When Anna fell pregnant, she broke the news to Christian, only for him to scold her for forgetting her birth control.
You forgot your shot? Christ.
I'm sorry.
Besides the fact that those methods aren't 100% effective even when taken properly, he conveniently ignored his role in the situation. It got worse from there, with him raising his voice at her and storming out. While it was understandable that he'd be stressed, his response was so over the top that it became comical.
You really think that I'm ready to be a father?
No. I don't.
Number 17, Lipstick Boundaries, 50 Shades Darker. 50 Shades Darker attempted to show the importance of limits in a very literal way. Rather than a simple conversation, Christian had Anna trace his physical boundaries on his chest with lipstick.
I can live with that.
Then I'm all yours.
After the less than subtle moment, Christian casually donned a suit and headed off to a masquerade ball with Anna. When the end of the night rolled around, you'd think he and his shirt would have been covered in smudged lipstick. Instead, the box was still neatly drawn, and his shirt was totally clean. To add insult to injury, it came off perfectly in the shower, which some makeup wearers immediately clocked as unrealistic. Though it was just a small moment, it was so unbelievable that it distracted some viewers from the story.
Who did this to you?
Go on, it's over.
Number 16, Submissive Sadist, 50 Shades Darker.
I know you say that I'm enough. But there are certain things that you are used to getting that I will never, ever, ever be able to give you.
Though it wasn't presented as such in the movie, responding to your partner's valid concerns by trauma dumping on them is manipulative by nature. In 50 Shades Darker, this occurred just after Anna was attacked by Christian's ex, and then saw them share an intimate moment with one another.
Look, I know she scared you.
Yeah, she scared me. But you scared me more.
When she rightfully tried to leave, he decided it was the perfect time to come clean and admit he wasn't a dominant, but a submissive sadist who received pleasure from bringing pain to people that reminded him of his mother. Most people would have heard that confession and ran for the hills, but not Anna. Though the moment was intended to develop Christian's character, it instead highlighted how unhealthy their relationship was.
This is me. All of me.
Christian.
I'm all yours.
Number 15. Anna tells Gia off. 50 Shades Freed. What was intended as a girl boss moment instead became one of the cringiest moments in the entire series.
Everything okay?
Yeah. We were just discussing an alternative approach. Something less in your face, more respectful.
After surprising Anna with a house, Christian enlisted an architect named Gia to help turn it into a home. She began flirting with him, even going so far as to touch him. Not to be outdone, Anna makes it clear who the real dominant in the scenario is.
You may call me Mrs. Gray. And this is not a prestige project. This is gonna be our home. So, if you want this job, I suggest you stop making eyes at my husband and keep your hands to yourself.
It lacked all subtlety, and it seemed to have been written purely for Anna to flex her ring. There's nothing wrong with having a character defend herself, but the way it was handled made the protagonist come off as a Mary Sue. It's moments like this you remember the story was based on a fan fiction.
This is gonna be fun.
I'm paying for extra security and you're scarier than any of them.
Number 14. How to Love. 50 Shades Darker.
I wanted to meet you.
I can't say the same. Excuse me.
There are plenty of instances of bad dialogue across the trilogy. One of the worst occurred during 50 Shades Darker, following Anna's confrontation with her partner's former dom, Elena. When the latter tried telling Christian the former was bad for him, he cut her off and proceeded to drop one of the most ham-handed lines in the entire movie.
You don't know what's right for me. You taught me how to Elena. Anna taught me how to love.
The clunky writing and awkward delivery were bad enough on their own, but it was made even more laughably dramatic by Christian's mother walking over and slapping her afterwards. Cringy dialogue aside, it also pushed the harmful trope of a character being healed of their former toxicity through the power of love. Number 13. The Helicopter Crash. 50 Shades Darker. Between Anna being stalked by Christian's ex, her being attacked by her boss, and Elena coming back into the picture, there's plenty of narrative drama to go around in 50 Shades Darker. Despite all that, the third act introduced a new hurdle, a sudden helicopter crash.
I changed the flight plan. Get us home sooner.
Great. You realize that's a volcano, right?
Relax, Ross. If it goes up, you'll have a ringside seat.
Mid-flight, Christian's craft malfunctioned, careening him and a business associate towards Mount St. Helens. The audience was then treated to a melodramatic sequence where he maneuvered them to safety, all while maintaining a disaffected smolder.
Mayday! Mayday! Mayday!
What's happening?
Damn it!
The sudden moment had virtually no stakes, as it was obvious they weren't going to kill off one of their leads out of nowhere. This was proven just a few minutes afterwards, when he came home with hardly any injuries.
Guys, relax, I'm fine. Okay? I need to say hi to my girl.
Okay.
Come on.
Miss me?
Number 12. Leela confronting Anna. 50 Shades Darker.
What is it?
There was just a girl over there, and she was outside my office yesterday. And she knew my name.
One of the running plot lines throughout 50 Shades Darker was one of Christian's former submissives, Leela, coming out of the woodwork to stalk Anna. It all came to a head in one incredibly uncomfortable and poorly executed scene. Leela confronted her and brandished a weapon at her before mocking her and saying she wasn't right for Christian.
Why don't you put the gun down?
You don't know him. What he likes. You don't give him what he wants. He's pretending with you.
It was already bordering on melodramatic, but it tipped over into full-on ridiculousness with his entrance. Rather than call the police or simply tackle Leela, he handled the situation by telling her to kneel. He then began to stroke her hair, leaving Anna and the viewers equally horrified. As if its over-the-top nature wasn't bad enough, it also set the stage for his aforementioned trauma dumping.
Go to Escala, wait for me there. For once, just do what you're told.
Number 11. Christian touches Anna on a crowded elevator. 50 Shades Darker.
Now, maybe we could take this celebration home.
If there's one thing this series should have been able to pull off, it's sex scenes. 50 Shades Darker proved that wasn't always the case.
Come to my bedroom.
Sex is not gonna fix this right now. Are you insane?
After a dinner date, the pair boarded an incredibly crowded elevator. With people standing less than a foot away from them, he began touching Anna. What was intended to be sexy instead came across as uncomfortable, especially her not-so-subtle reactions. Had this happened in the real world, the pair would have likely been slapped with an indecent exposure or lewd conduct charge. However, in the movie, the doors simply opened, and everyone exited none the wiser. The series had included a steamy elevator scene in the previous movie, leaving some wondering what went wrong with this one.
What is it about elevators?
Number 10. Mr. Grey Will See You Now. 50 Shades of Grey.
Mr. Grey will see you now.
This series establishes upfront that it's going to be anything but subtle. As Anastasia Steele arrives at an elongated building to interview billionaire Christian Grey, Anna is covering for her ill roommate, who apparently didn't think to ask another journalist student to fill in.
Anna, take my part.
I gave her the recorder, right? Oh, yes.
Making her way through an office full of fembots, Anna is introduced to the intense Mr. Grey, right after a Gerald Ford moment. Following some uncomfortable questions, Christian asks Anna about herself. Anna makes herself out to be dumpy and unflattering when she's clearly gorgeous enough to be on a magazine cover. The writers neglected to give Anna a personality, however, which makes Christian's instant obsession with her all the more questionable.
I hope you got everything you needed.
I think you only answered 4 questions.
Number 9. The Car Chase. 50 Shades Freed.
We've lost Taylor and Sawyer.
Slackers. I'm a race car driver.
As Anna and Christian are pursued by a mysterious driver, the film forgets that it's supposed to be an erotic drama and instead becomes a commercial for the Audi R8.
Just like the rain outside, your body's sweating, dripping wet, and I just can't control myself, no baby.
Seriously, everything from the cinematography to the music feels like an ad. What's even more inexplicable is that this car chase takes place on a freeway in Seattle, which is notorious for having some of the worst gridlock in the US. Yet Anna is able to speed through without hitting any bad traffic. Speaking of which, when did Anna become Vin Diesel? Anyway, they lose the other vehicle and engage in some highly unsatisfying car sex.
There, the parking lot.
Number 8. Ice cream spooning. 50 Shades Freed.
You want to talk about it?
I've already talked to a pint of ice cream about it.
Audi isn't the only shameless product placement on display in 50 Shades Freed. Anna and Christian also indulge in a 4-way with, well, Ben and Jerry. Just when you thought their lovemaking sessions couldn't possibly get any sillier, the couple incorporates a little ice cream to paradoxically heat things up. We guess that's what they meant by having a vanilla relationship.
You wanna, what do you call it? A vanilla relationship?
Their sex act is beyond ridiculous as Anna covers Christian with the cold, sticky ice cream and sensual licking ensues. We're not sure what the writers were thinking, but all they did was make us lose our appetite. As far as food sex goes, Sausage Party was more stimulating than this. Number 7. Christian punishes Anna. 50 Shades of Grey.
I want you to show me the worst. It's the only way I can understand.
Christian keeps describing himself as a tortured and sadistic soul, claiming he needs to punish his sexual partners. Intimidated but still curious, Anna asks Christian to punish her so she can see him at his worst. They retreat to the playroom, where Anna makes herself vulnerable and Christian whips her butt 6 times.
Count, Anastasia.
What?
Is that it? Don't get us wrong, Christian's actions are unpleasant to watch, but we were expecting something a bit more shocking and graphic after so much buildup. Finally realizing that Christian might not be boyfriend material, Anna is encouraged to walk out on him, at least until the next movie.
Stop.
No!
Number 6. Anna loses her virginity. 50 Shades of Grey.
You're still a virgin? I've just shown you.
I know. I just...
You've done other things, right?
No.
One of the biggest criticisms regarding the 50 Shades series is that the people involved seem to have little understanding of how BDSM works. What's just as insulting is that they can't even depict basic sex in a believable manner. Before consummating their relationship, Anna confesses that she's a virgin, which both Christian and the audience have a hard time believing.
I wouldn't know.
What do you mean?
Because I haven't.
For someone who's supposed to be sexually repressed, Anna finds her bearings quite quickly as her and Christian partake in the first of many underwhelming sex scenes. We can't speak for everyone, but typically a person's first time is a lot more awkward than this, especially when it's with somebody you barely know.
What are you doing?
Rectifying the situation.
I'm a situation.
Number 5. Jack takes Christian's sister hostage. 50 Shades Freed.
If you want to see your sister-in-law again, get me $5 million by 1 p.m.
Anna isn't exactly known for her wise decision-making skills, but this sequence throws all common sense out the window. When the sinister Jack Hyde takes Christian's sister hostage, he orders Anna to deliver a $5 million ransom.
Jack, that's completely impossible.
Oh, please, you were smart enough to take my job. You'll figure it out.
You'd think that Anna would call the cops, her personal security team, or even Christian at the very least. Instead, she collects the money and goes after Jack alone, putting both herself and her unborn child in jeopardy. Luckily for Anna, Jack isn't the mastermind he makes himself out to be. Anna actually slips a gun past him and he goes down with 1 shot. How can somebody be so crafty and so incompetent at the same time? Number 4. Benoit Balls. 50 Shades Darker.
You're just gonna stand there gawking?
Another major issue audiences have with the 50 Shades series is that the filmmakers can never pick a tone. Are these movies supposed to be genuinely arousing or playfully self-aware? This scene in particular is one of the most tonally confused in the entire franchise. As Anna looks for something sexy to wear, Christian offers her a set of Benoit balls.
Tonight might be more stimulating. Who wore these?
How am I supposed to wear those?
Anna makes it clear up front that she's not really comfortable with the idea, but eventually relents. We can't tell if the scene was intended to be sexy or humorous. All we know is that it's weird, and not in a good way.
How's it feel?
Weird. But good.
Number 3. The Playroom. 50 Shades of Grey.
It's just beyond this door.
What is?
My playroom.
As Anna grows closer to Christian, he decides to show her his playroom, which she assumes is where Mr. Grey keeps his Xbox.
Like your Xbox and stuff?
Haha. Actually, this red room is where Christian stocks up on BDSM equipment. Christian tries to explain what a dominant is, getting a surprisingly understated response out of Anna.
What does that mean?
It means I want you to willingly surrender yourself to me.
Why would I do that?
The playroom is visually interesting, and we can't help but get a bit intrigued at the thought of all the escapades bound to take place there. Unfortunately, this scene turns out to be a tease, as the playroom ultimately sees very little action, and whatever action it does see comes off as restrained.
What would I get out of this?
Me.
Number 2. The Contract. 50 Shades of Grey.
I've done this before. Business meetings, I mean.
Before 50 Shades of Grey even hit theaters, it was being hyped as the wildest erotic drama in decades. And what did we get when it finally came out? A lot of conversations about contracts.
Page 3, section 1520. The submissive shall submit to any sexual activity demanded by the dominant and shall do so without hesitation or argument.
Much of the runtime is dedicated to Christian trying to convince Anna to sign a document that'll make her his submissive. This subplot reaches the pinnacle of boring when Anna and Christian have a business meeting to read through the contract. We're not sure what's more absurd, that Anna can't figure out what some of these terms mean, or that Christian has so much free time on his hands. Seriously, the guy's a billionaire and we barely see him do any work.
My staff know only what I choose to tell them.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. The ending. 50 Shades Freed.
Are you crying? Come here.
50 Shades Freed has one of the most forced happy endings of modern cinema. Although Jack kicks Anna in the stomach, her unborn baby is completely unharmed. If you think that's ludicrous, get a load of this. Just like that, Christian decides that he's ready to be a family man. This is a guy who described himself as a sadist and abandoned his wife after learning she was pregnant.
We'll just figure it out.
I'm not ready to figure it out.
But hey, that doesn't mean he can't turn over a new leaf on the spot, right? The final moments find the couple frolicking with their young son without a care in the world. Yeah, because that's clearly what this series was working towards. Yeesh.
I'm a freezer bird when I'm flying in your cage. I'm diving in deep and I'm riding with no brakes.
Which of these scenes made you cringe the most? Let us know in the comments.